Hi and welcome, everyone. You're watching another 24/7 TBC live broadcast on the 12-year-old girl who silenced the world for 6 minutes. My name is Paul, and this is episode 71, and today's date is June 19th, 2018. Okay, TBC stands for the Billion Coin. The Billion Coin is a cryptocurrency that came out 2 years ago, March 21st of 2016. Like other cryptocurrencies, it has a blockchain platform, and it was on the same blockchain platform that Bitcoin and all the other cryptocurrencies had used and are still using for the creation of cryptocurrency coins. Now, most of us have a little bit of an idea of what cryptocurrencies are. We know they're real as long as they're on a blockchain, and as long as there's supply and demand, meaning there's only a certain amount of coins being made, and so on and so forth. The problem that is out there is these coins, including Bitcoin being the first, gone on a marketing form, a marketing exchange where people could come in and buy what they want, which raises the price, and then other folks could come in and buy some, trying to make a little bit of a profit, and then sell. They knew what they were doing. If they didn't, sometimes they got hurt. And that's the way all markets work. So the coin market cap has over 1,000, as far as I know, cryptocurrencies on it that are being traded every day, with Bitcoin being the biggest, the largest. And I'm not sure what the current price of Bitcoin is per coin. I haven't looked in a few days. It was around 6,500 last time I looked per coin. So people can still buy a full coin, but you can also buy divisions of that coin, which can be divided by 100 million. So you can buy $1 worth of Bitcoin. They call it Satoshi. Anything less than one full Bitcoin is called Satoshi. With the Billion coin I want to talk about, a division of the Billion coin is called Kringles. Okay, so you can buy $1 worth of Kringles. Okay, so when we came out, when I say we, I mean the admin, the creators, it's a team, calls himself Kris Kringle, just like Satoshi Nakamoto called himself Satoshi Nakamoto when he came out with Bitcoin. Okay, so he had a mission. Okay, and when I say he, I mean him and his team. And that mission was to eliminate global financial poverty. And in order to do so, there had to be enough coins created to supply the world, but there still had to be a limit to create supply and demand. And there's no way that the coin could get on a coin market and be exchanged and manipulated by the wealthy. There had to be some control in how they were going to distribute this wealth among the entire population of the earth. So that coin started out not just as an option to protect your wealth from the fiat currency that we're currently still using, which is the Federal Reserve note here in America, or any note or currency that's not backed up by something of value anywhere in the world. And we actually wanted a solution. On top of being an option, we wanted our coin to be a solution to poverty for the entire world. Not just those who got in first, not just those who had money enough to buy enough when they found out about it. which is all people can do with these other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and all the others. And because they're on a market exchange and we're not, the price of their coins go up and down in value, right? Just like the stock market and commodities market. Okay. It seems to be a little more volatile with the coin market. It's the newest market out there. But the point is, when the wealthy decide to sell, which they call a dump, a pump and dump is how they work or manipulate the markets. They sell, and that lowers the price of the coins. And it could happen so fast that you can be asleep and wake up and your investment, your purchases, your coins, because it's not really an investment, you're buying coins, okay, but you're trading them. And so hoping they go up in value, okay, which then you would trade by selling and make a profit. But if the wealthy that own the majority of Bitcoin, let's use Bitcoin as an example, sell, which is what they did earlier this year, then the price drops and it can happen really fast and you can lose. Okay, so it's a gamble. The markets are like casinos and you can come in and gamble, and some of you can win, especially if you know what you're doing. If you don't, then even those who do sometimes can lose. I mean, the house always wins when you think about it, right? Otherwise, casinos wouldn't be in business. The market system is a system of Wall Street, which is created by the central banking system, which owns our money. We don't own our money. It's a Federal Reserve note. It's theirs. The US dollar is a Federal Reserve note. That's a private bank, and it's owned by the private bank, a private bank. And so our coin, when it came out, had a mission. So we had to have some control. The control is we couldn't allow it to be on a trading exchange where the rich could come in and buy up what they want and then just leave scraps for the rest of us. So there would be no point in even creating a coin that was like everybody else. So instead, we based the value of our coin, the growth and increase of the value of our coin, on an algorithm that puts the value of our coin on you and I, the people. Okay, so the way it started out was the value of our coin was based on the euro, because everybody knew what the euro was. So every time someone joined our private community, it raised the value of our coin by €1, which I think is about $1.40. Okay. So it raised the price up. Every person that joined. So if 100 people joined, it raised it up by €100, so on and so forth. Okay. So over the first year, based on the algorithm, there was a part that was separate because of the beginning and the growth. They used a percentage anywhere, depending on the growth, it could go up by 1 to 5% per day, the value of our coin. Anyway, it went up. We ended up with 100,000 members the first year, at the end of the first year, which was March 21st of 2017. And I got involved just a couple of days after that when I discovered it. And so the coin was already worth 100,000 euros, the most expensive coin in the world. Okay. So then between 2017 last year and 2018, March 21st this year, we grew by 30 times. So we went from 100,000 to 3 million. And it raised the price up to 3 million euros per coin. Again, the most expensive coin in the world. Okay. And it will continue to do that until we reach our first billion members of our community. Then the algorithm stops. Okay, the price stops. Doesn't go up anymore Obviously, with a coin that's based on this type of an algorithm, the price of the coin never goes down. We have people that join every single day, thousands. Okay. So the price is always going up. So you can rest assured that if you get some Kringles or even a coin, which we show you how to do without having to spend, what is it, we're today around $8.4 million a coin. But we have ways of getting it into your hands. We, the members, don't do that. The admin does that, okay? Admin doesn't sell any coins. He gives it away. That's why we call him, or that's why he calls himself Kris Kringle. He's Santa Claus, okay? And the reason why you don't see Bitcoin or any of the other coins on a market exchange, people just giving their coins away, is because it's not built on an algorithm that values it on people coming in and having in their possession Bitcoin or any of the other coins, you see? But ours does. So if we can get it in your hands any way we can, that raises the value of our coin, right? And we have this goal of reaching our first billion members as fast as we can. Okay, and at the rate we're going, we should be there in 2 to 3 years. Okay, so that will eliminate poverty. Now, to give you an example, we are at 3 million. If we grew just the same as we did last 12 months, 30 times, that 3 million would turn into 90 million in 1 year from now. In March 21st of 2019, it would be worth 90 million. Okay, we may grow more. The reason why is because we have created a faster blockchain platform than what is available and what Bitcoin is still on. Okay, so we can transact with faster speeds. Okay, so this is a game changer because the faster you can make transactions, the more your coin can be used all over the world. I mean, think about Visa and MasterCard. I found out yesterday, got the skinny from Dan Lutz, that there's a website out there that shows the transaction speeds of the different coins, comparative to Visa and MasterCard. Visa and MasterCard can do 24,000 transactions per second. 24,000 transactions per second. That's why they can be used everywhere in the world and not have any problems. Okay, so how does that compare to Bitcoin, the original Bitcoin? Bitcoin can do 7 per second. 7 transactions per second. Now, when they got bogged down last year, they had a fork and they created a new coin called Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash helped because what it did was it raised the transaction amount for Bitcoin Cash. I think it's around 130 per second. So instead of 7 per second, it's like 130. Okay. So, and then it showed the different real popular coins and, the order of how fast they could be transacted. Now, the second fastest was Ripple. Now, I'm not super familiar with Ripple. I just know what I've been told. And that is that it's not on a blockchain. It's not a real cryptocurrency. It's a digital currency completely. And it's backed by the banks. The banks saw, okay, cryptocurrency's out there. What are we going to do? If people start using this cryptocurrency, we lose control of people. They've got to stay on the Federal Reserve. No, they've got to stay on this fiat currency. Oh, well, let's just create a coin. We'll call it Ripple. We'll put it on this, the trading markets, and people will use it. And we can hang on to some control. That's what I understand. Now, it's not written in stone because I haven't done my research on Ripple. But here's the thing about Ripple. Because it's just digital, and this makes sense if it is, they are currently able to do 1,500 transactions per second. 1,500. So, of course, next to 24,000 transactions per second from Visa and MasterCard, they are still the second fastest, according to these coins that are on the market. Okay. And that could be a game changer for Ripple down the line. As more people realize that they can do transactions all over the world at 1,500 per second rather than 7 for Bitcoin, it may increase the price of Ripple up a certain amount. I don't know. I'm just trying to use common sense and logic. But here's the thing. We have created, we meaning the admin creators of the Billion coin, we started to create last year when we slowed down because we were doing so many peer-to-peer transactions, buying and selling from each other, just our community, that we slowed down, and they started to build an updated version of the blockchain. They called it 2.0. And the speeds of that is approximately between 2,000 and 3,000 transactions per second, instead of the old original, blockchain platform that could do only 7, or whatever it was that the old one was capable of doing before it got slowed down. The point is, if our new blockchain platform can do 2,000 to 3,000 right now, and we're just migrating over to this new blockchain as I speak, and we'll be done migrating all 3 million members of our community by July 31st. Well, that's a game changer right there, because that makes it even faster than Ripple, okay? And it's a real cryptocurrency. Okay, so we are the second fastest, okay? Not only that, but Ripple can go up and down every day. It's on the market. The Billion coin doesn't. Okay, it's what we call an abundance-based coin. We can say that with a straight face because it never does go down. It always goes up in value. Okay, now again, the driving force of the entire coin and the entire community that is aligning ourselves with the Billion coin is to eliminate global poverty, financial poverty. Okay, and we're going to do it. Without a doubt, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of getting that coin into your hands. So that's why we are doing these broadcasts on our YouTube channels, those of us who want to, because we understand that we've got to get the word out, because people don't see it on the market exchanges. Okay, they don't see TBC there. They'll see BTC for Bitcoin. They'll see ETH for Ether or Ethereum. They'll see XRP for Ripple, but they won't see TBC. So they don't know about it until they find something on the YouTube, and who knows what they're going to find, because a lot of people believed in the beginning 2 years ago that we were a scam because we were not on a trading exchange. And that's just completely illogical. Okay? Because here we have a coin that doesn't go down in value. There's no volatility in the price every day. And we have a small amount of centralization along with the decentralized blockchain that we keep in our wallet system. You have to get our wallet from us. There's not a bunch of companies out there like there are with the other coins where you can pick a wallet and so on and so forth, where there's just, complete privacy in that sense and no control. That's fine if you've reached your mission, if you have a mission behind your coin. If you're just creating a coin to make money, then you don't care. That's not what the Billion coin is about. When we do reach our first billion members, then we will go ahead and decentralize the wallets, because there won't be any point in controlling the wallets at that point. But we need to have that control, because this way we can prevent the wealthy from coming in, purchasing our coin up all they want, and leaving scraps, like I said, for the rest of the people. That would defeat our entire purpose. We have worked 2 years, and all we've done it has gotten better. We've grown like crazy. We're continuing to grow, and we have created a new blockchain with speeds now between 2 and 3,000 per second. So we're right there. There's nothing stopping us. We are using our kringles as money, our coins as money. We're buying anything and everything we want. Now, obviously, we're not going to a brand new car dealer and being able to use it yet. With only 3.2 million members, we're not there yet. Bitcoin has a small economy with their 12 million owners of coins. 12 million is all they have right now. They've got a small economy, right? You can go to certain stores, certain restaurants, certain whatever, businesses, retailers, service providers, and some of them will accept Bitcoin because they know that they're just going to let it sit in their wallet and they're not going to need it for business. They got enough cash flow that it will just go up in value 12 months later because of supply and demand. Okay. And they're benefiting from that. They're benefiting if they're in that position to take your Bitcoin and put it in their wallet, let it sit. Okay. But that's a small economy, right? I don't think you can go to a brand new car dealer and buy a car full price for Bitcoin. You might be able to, but I haven't heard that yet. But you can certainly buy it from a person who's privately selling their car. Maybe their car is only 3 days old and they can't return it and they're selling their car now at, a huge discount. And maybe they don't need the money because they paid cash and they're rich. But Bitcoin, that's a little bit different, right? Because they know if they're familiar, that Bitcoin's going to go up. It's just going to go up over time. So that's what we are. We are using the Bitcoin and kringles as money because it is money. And we buy from each other. So that was the reason why we got slowed down last year. We were just doing so much of that. But now we're at lightning speeds, basically. I mean, we're just flying. And now we can go to Emerge and say, hey, not only is our coin going to go up every single day after you accept it, but we can do transactions as fast as Ripple, in fact, faster. And if they know anything about cryptocurrency, that's going to make them real happy. And especially when we tell them how the algorithm works, where our coin is going to go up. It's going to go up another 8 times. It's going to double, is what I should say, double another 8 times. When it came out, based on the algorithm and 1 billion people coming in, the first billion, it was set up to double 40 times from its inception. Okay, we have gone through 32 doubles in just the first 2 years because that's the way it works. Starts out, that's the way it works. But as we get closer to where we really have to bring in the members to double that price, it has slowed down, and now there's still only 8 doubles left. Okay, so at $8.4 million a coin, that's going to double 8 more times until it reaches over $2 billion. Because why? We don't base it on the euro anymore. We base it on gold. We now price our coin on the value and price of gold. Because at our growth, it makes no more sense to use fiat currency like the US dollar or the euro to base the value of our coin on. It's not even money, it's just currency. Okay, so every time a person joins now, and before they can join for free, you can still join for free, but they can join for free. They were able to get a gift of kringles, okay, for nothing. But what we found out a year later was that most of those people that came in last year didn't put any value on a completely free gift. So that changed. We just changed it. We changed it. We went over from the euro to gold a couple of months ago. And I'll explain what we did, how we do that. And then because of migration and the new blockchain that we're coming out with, or we have come out with, we saw a lot of opportunity to make a few changes, including a better way to vet our members to find more like-minded members, okay, that really, really thought like we think, without selfishness and without greed. We want everyone in this world to have complete and total abundance. We are not hung up on, trying to show off that I've got something and you don't. Okay, that's not us. But that's the way most humans are. But we only need 1 billion. And everybody will be using Kringles in the whole world. That's just one form of money. And there could be many forms of money. And we can use them all. Okay? But I'm just saying here is what we are doing. And it is more than an option to protect your wealth. It is a solution to eliminate global poverty and all the evil that comes with that. Okay, so I lost track of what I was saying, but let's go back to the gold thing. Now when you go, I know what I was saying. We were giving it away free, and admin was saying, this is not working. These people don't pay attention to what we're doing. They're not reading the blog posts that I put out every day to keep everybody, going and understanding and educating, because we have to educate. It's not like we're a social media where people just flock in as soon as they find out about it, or a free chatting service. They just flock in, right? Or like WhatsApp, boom, they just flock in. It's not like that. It is cryptocurrency. It's like the internet when it came out. People didn't understand what the internet was. It's like, it was so foreign to them. It's like, well, what can the internet do for me? I understand that, there's this internet now, but what do we do? Okay. But when they found out after a few years, they started coming in the masses. Okay. And it was basically mature by 2000. And after that, it just blew up. Okay. That's when the search engines came out, social media came out, and it just went crazy. And we all love it, right? But because of the internet technology, Satoshi Nakamoto was able to invent the blockchain encryption technology. And that is not going away, just like the internet's not going away, just like the light bulb never went away. It's like any technology that comes out and is invented never goes away, as long as it's something that the entire world needs and loves. So that's the way it is with cryptocurrency. It's not going away. It is now, and it is the future. Steve Wozniak, the co-founder of Apple, says it will be mature in another 5 years. Just like the internet will, cryptocurrency will be mature in another 5 years. The people are coming into the masses, and now is the time to get involved. Okay, so how did it change when we went from the value of the euro to the value of gold? Well, we used a grain of gold because that's the smallest measurement of gold that there is. Okay, it's smaller than a gram. In fact, it takes 480 grains of gold to equal 1 ounce of gold. So now when a person joins and they spend $10, and admin said, we have to give them a reason for why we're going to charge $10. Oh, well, you guys have all had this back office for a year. You've had this wallet for free. There's no transactions on the wallet. Anytime you guys make transactions, it's free. We'll just say that that's what the $10 is for, to pay for all the servers and pay for all those transactions. Okay, so there's a $10 charge now, but you will never pay that unless you absolutely want to. Okay, because we've got a new vetting system, which is just basically a 10-question mission statement with 10 paragraphs that, and then you'll have 10 questions, true or false. And you can't fail, because if you answer false, it just tells you go back and read the paragraph again and pick the right answer. But what it does is, by reading that paragraph, 10 of those paragraphs, and answering those 10 questions, you're going to find out what we're all about. You're going to find out what our community is about, what our goals are, what our mission is, and you're either going to love it or you're not. And if you don't, then that's it. You walk away and nothing's gone. Nothing's lost, nothing gained. you don't spend $10. We don't want your money. We just want you to be serious when you come and join now and get your free gift of Kringles. We will give you 25,000 Kringles for free, which right now has a current value of $2,100. Okay, $2,100 to any man, woman, and child in the world. Because all we need is a name and an email address, a real email address, because you will have to open those first 2 emails that come and click on the confirmation links within those 2 emails to set up the back office that you'll have, that's yours, and to set up your wallet, which they'll then do. I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll set up your wallet, okay? So that is what will happen. Obviously, there won't be anything in your wallet, and the back office, when you click the confirmation, it will start with those 10 questions. And you will read them and decide whether you want to continue and make your $10 payment to admin or not. Okay, so back to gold. Okay, what is the value of 1 grain of gold? If we're going to increase the value now of our coin from every person that joins by 1 grain of gold instead of €1, is that the same? Well, actually, no, it's not. A grain of gold is currently worth at the gold price $2.80 or €2. So it doubled the price of the value of our coin overnight when we switched over to gold. Okay, and I always mention this, we call ourselves a billion coin for 3 reasons. First one is there's only going to be 1 billion coins made. Okay, second one is when we reach our first 1 billion members, the algorithm stops the value of the price right there. Okay, so when it was based on the euro, 1 billion people would have made the euro 1 billion, would have made the coin worth 1 billion euros. Would have made you a billionaire in euros, a little bit more in US dollar, Federal Reserve note. Okay, so it doubled. So now if you just have 1 coin, when we do reach our billion, our first 1 billion members, that coin, if it was at the current price of $2.80 per grain, it would be worth $2.8 billion. You'd be a multi-billionaire if you had 1 coin. But you're probably thinking, Paul, didn't you just say that 1 coin right now today is worth $8.4 million? How can anybody buy that coin? Well, that's just it. There's other ways that admin, who has a ton of coins left, and he needs us to help distribute it. So he has given us the job, I guess you can call it. It's certainly a motivation for us to get those coins in your hand. If you have 1 coin, just 1, you'll be an instant multimillionaire right now. And you will be a multi-billionaire when we hit our first billion and the price tops out. Okay, so there's a number of ways you can earn those coins. And we had to practically give them away to you. Because the more people that have our coin then could turn around and use that wealth to start buying and doing whatever they normally would do with money, because that is money. Okay, that just speeds the whole process up. When more people say, what are you doing? How did you get that? You know, I didn't even know you had that much money. Well, I'm using the billion coin. Well, what is this billion coin? And then they get involved, right? And then they tell their loved ones about it. And everybody pours in because it costs $10. You get $2,100 just on $10. Now, there's leverage you've never seen before. And then we have another way to get a full coin. You just buy $100 worth of Kringles from another member of our community, such as myself, a trusted seller, or anyone as it moves forward through our migration. Okay. And if we have enough coins, which are enough Kringles, and it doesn't bother us to sell, then we will sell you $100 worth of Kringles at that current daily price. We won't discount the coin. It would destroy the coin. But the admin can do what he wants, and it's not going to phase the coin. Okay, so what happens is if you buy $100, in fact, for every $100 you purchase in Kringles, he'll give you the equivalent in a cookie reward. That's what we call them, a cookie reward. You'll get a certain amount of cookies that is equal to a certain amount of Kringles, which is equal to one full coin. So what am I saying? I'm saying that for $110, you could turn that into 8.4 million today, and in 2 or 3 years it will top out at 2.8 billion, or somewhere close to that, depending on the price of gold. So no, you have never seen leverage like that. In fact, it's too good to be true. Okay, but it is true, because this is technology that we have never seen before. I can't even imagine what it was like for people when the light bulb was invented. And they saw this thing and they realized how it worked, and it just probably blew their mind. Oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? Every time something comes out that makes our lives easier, it blows us away. It's like, wow, this is so cool. Okay, that is what is happening right now. The first time in history that this was able to come out, it has come out. And it was 9 years ago. And it's only gotten better. Every 18 months, technology doubles. Okay, so that is a short explanation of the billion coin, the Kringle coin. And we want to get it in your hands. So all we're asking is to go down below in the information in the description of the video here and click on where you can get your free gift. And you will fill out a form, like I said earlier, with just a name and a real email address. And I think it asks you what country you live in. And that's it. Oh, you'll make up a password for your back office. And then you'll get 2 emails. Once you hit the submit button, you'll get 2 emails. And you'll open those up and you'll click on the confirmation links and you'll get on the back office, which you'll have 10 questions. You'll go through those 10 questions. And if you're not like-minded, you'll say, this coin's not for me, and you'll walk away. You'll never have spent a dime. But if you go through those 10 questions and you say, gosh, this is incredible, I so want to be a part of that, then you're going to send the $10 in Bitcoin, Litecoin, or Ethereum, because he doesn't want fiat currency, to admin. And then boom, you're in. Okay, and you've got your cookies reward, which you can redeem for Kringles in November. We have them every 5 months. A whole month, you can push a button in your back office for all the cookies you've collected that will give you all kinds of Kringles, full coins, whatever it is you do. If you don't have any money, you don't even have $100 to get a full coin. If you go out and give the gift to 100 of your friends and family members, admin will give you 10 coins just for doing that. 10 coins. 10 full coins. He'll drop those cookies right into your back office. You can push the redeem button come November. They'll turn right into full coins into your wallet. You'll be able to instantly start using that as money. And it's going to be worth a whole lot more in November than it is now, because we're going to grow. We're still growing, and we're going to grow faster the more the word gets out, which is what we're trying to do now, because the migration into a faster blockchain is a game changer. Okay, and people are starting to find out what an abundance-based coin is. They're starting to find out about us, and they're coming over. Another coin is coming out that will be an abundance-based coin based on an algorithm in April of 2019 by a huge company called Telegram. They have a free messaging app. You may be familiar with it. It's free and it's completely private. No third party knows what you're chatting about. In 5 years, this company has grown to 200 million chatters last month. Well, it was March. 200 million. Now they're coming out. He's coming out with his own coin. The algorithm, instead of every person that joins, it'd be every person that makes a purchase, will raise the value of that coin by just a fraction, because you can divide it by 100 million. So it just goes up a pinch. And the next person has to buy it at that higher price. And the next person has to buy it at the higher price. And that's the way it goes. That's an abundant-based coin. That coin can never go down in value. It will not be on a trading exchange. As far as we know, the ICO hasn't. And the ICO has broken all records. 1.7 billion they've collected already in their ICO. It's blown everything away because people are understanding. Okay, and that coin's still not going to come out until April of next year. But it validates what we're doing. And we're the first, and we're ahead. So come on. You can join you can collect and gain coins, cryptocurrencies from anybody. They are money. Depending on whether they're on the trading market or not, they can still be used as an option to protect your current wealth if it's all in stocks and bonds and 401ks or whatever they call them. Okay, IRAs, whatever they call them. All right, that people have lost in the past in 2008 and in 2000 with the tech stocks. Okay, so there's something I want to talk about today. It's an old blog post from admin. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and talk about that. He posted this on his blog, the admin, back in 2016, May 4th, okay? And he called it, TBC is leading the charge on a better tomorrow. And there's a video about a 12-year-old girl who was speaking in front of a bunch of people. I'm not sure who they were. But anyway, Kris Kringle, okay, starts out by saying, as I watched this popular video for the first time, I could not help the tears from rolling down my cheeks, blurring my vision for most of it. The profound truths coming out of the mouth of this 12-year-old girl resonate with even greater force today. Now that it has been decades since she spoke them, in many ways, the issues she raised in 1992 have progressively gotten worse since then. The tables have turned on Severin Kola Suzuki. The girl speaking as a girl in this video, addressing adults about a world filled with children and what the responsibilities of the adults are regarding them. She is now an adult herself. She is a 36-year-old wife and mother of 2 children, and she continues to be an activist. Below you will find the entire text of her speech, which will hopefully spread to every soul on earth. Allow me to take a few quotes from it and tie it together with the overarching mission of the Billion Coin community. From a child's perspective, she said, and I quote, or he quotes, "Coming up here today, I have no hidden agenda. I am fighting for my future. Losing my future is not like losing an election or a few points on the stock market. I am here to speak for all generations to come. I am here to speak on behalf of the starving children around the world whose cries go unheard." Unquote. Admin goes on and he says, "Those first words made my heart swell up and my eyes watery. I have traveled quite a bit, even to many third world countries. I have personally witnessed starving children, and they are everywhere. A malnourished child is even more common than starving children, and is practically just as bad. I've seen children being used to raise money in the streets as beggars, and apparently many of these children have been kidnapped from their parents for that purpose. It's a disgusting sight to witness firsthand, especially when some of these children have been purposely maimed so that they could collect even more coins. Child prostitution has also become commonplace in some parts of the world. Some children have not only lost their future, they have lost their childhood. Excuse me, this is hard to read. By the time she spoke the following words, the tears were rolling down my cheeks. And he quotes her again. Did you have to worry of these things when you were my age? All this is happening before our eyes, and yet we act as if we have all the time we want and all the solutions. I'm only a child, and I don't have all the solutions. I don't. And I want you to realize neither do you. You don't know how to fix the holes in our ozone layer. You don't know how to bring the salmon back up in a dead stream. You don't know how to bring back an animal that's now extinct. And you can't bring back the forest that once grew where there is now a desert. If you don't know how to fix it, please stop breaking it. She's right. Okay, and that was the end of the quote from her. And then Kris Kringle says, she's right. If we don't know how to fix something, at least we can stop breaking it and making it even worse. Then, like an arrow to the heart, she speaks the truth, and he quotes her again. Here you may be delegates of your governments, business people, organizers, reporters, or politicians, but really you are mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, aunts and uncles, and all of you are someone's child. End of quote. Kris goes on and says, if you had a pleasant childhood, be grateful. If you had a difficult childhood, may it give you the strength to make a better way for your children. Always remember that you were once a child too. You counted on the adults in your life to tend to your needs, and you are responsible for the next generation. It's easy to point fingers and blame our leaders. Let me tell you something. Our leaders are not completely at fault for the conditions we find ourselves in today. This is our mess. We are all at fault. If you need to find someone to blame, just step in front of a mirror and stop making excuses for yourself. If you claim that you simply don't have enough to share with others, that you are barely getting by yourself, then TBC can change that. Even if all you can afford is the purchase of just one TBC coin. Now, this was, like I said, came out 2 years ago, okay? At that point, you could, okay? In fact, you can still get it now, okay? But I just wanted to let you know. Then buy it and be grateful, okay? You can get it now by either doing a little bit of work or spending $100, and you will be gifted one full coin. Okay, so back to what Kris is saying. Because within that one TBC coin is the potential of enormous wealth for you. You no longer have to waste your precious life on the excuse of not having enough. The world is full of every resource needed to provide comfort and security to every man, woman, and child on it. To believe otherwise means you have fully embraced the great deception that scarcity is real. Scarcity is not real. Shortages come and go, but scarcity is an artificial device used against the masses to kill them and to enslave them. Are you a slave? Do you want to be a slave? The real truth is that humanity does not need money. An awakened humanity could operate without the time-consuming and cumbersome activities associated with money. TBC leads the pathway to a world filled with empowered individuals living meaningful lives, and joy will be the natural byproduct of an existence driven by pure love. TBC is part of a bridge from the world today to a much better world tomorrow. TBC money will flood in the resources desired so fast for each of you that it will become self-evident to all that the resources were always there, and we only needed to change our minds to access them. May the voice of this 12-year-old girl be held in your heart, and from now on, stirring it to always take positive action towards a brighter future, not just within the walls of your home, but for your part in the whole world. Kris Kringle. And then he gives the text of this 12-year-old girl back in 1992. And I'll quickly read it. It's not that long. Hello, I'm Severin Suzuki speaking for ECHO. That's the Environmental Children's Organization. We are a group of 12 and 13-year-olds trying to make a difference. Vanessa Suti, Morgan Geisler, Michelle Quigg, and me. We've raised all the money to come here ourselves, to come 5,000 miles to tell you adults you must change your ways. Coming up here today, I have no hidden agenda. I am fighting for my future. Losing my future is not like losing an election or a few points on the stock market. I am here to speak for all generations to come. I am here to speak on behalf of the starving children around the world whose cries go unheard. I am here to speak for the countless animals dying across this planet because they have nowhere left to go. I am afraid to go out in the sun now because of the holes in our ozone. I am afraid to breathe the air because I don't know what chemicals are in it. I used to go fishing in Vancouver, my home. And my dad, until just a few years ago, we found out the fish is full of cancers. And now we hear of animals and plants going extinct every day, vanishing forever. In my life, I have dreamt of seeing the great herds of wild animals, jungles, and rainforests, full of birds and butterflies. But now, I wonder if they will even exist for my children to see. Did you have to worry about these things when you were my age? All this is happening before our eyes, and yet we act as if we have all the time we want and all the solutions. I'm only a child, and I don't have all the solutions. I don't. And I want you to realize, neither do you. You don't know how to fix the holes in our ozone layer. You don't know how to bring the salmon back up in a dead stream. You don't know how to bring back an animal now extinct. And you can't bring back the forest that once grew where there is now a desert. If you don't know how to fix it, please stop breaking it. Here, you may be delegates of your governments, business people, organizers, reporters, or politicians, but really you are the mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, aunts and uncles, and all of you are someone's child. I'm only a child, yet I know we are all part of a family, 5 billion strong. Okay, this was 1992. We're 7.6 billion strong now. Okay, she goes on. In fact, 30 million species strong, and borders and governments will never change that. I'm only a child, yet I know we are all in this together and should act as one single world towards one single goal. In my anger, I'm not blind. In my fear, I'm not afraid of telling the world how I feel. In my country, we make so much waste. We buy and throw away, buy and throw away, buy and throw away. And yet the northern countries will not share with the needy. Even when we have more than enough, we are afraid to share. We are afraid to let go of some of our wealth. In Canada, we live the privileged life. We have plenty of food, water, and shelter. We have watches, bicycles, computers, and television sets. The list could go on for 2 days. 2 days ago, here in Brazil, we were shocked when we spent time with some children living on the streets. This is what one child told us. I wish I was rich, and if I were, I would give all the street children food, clothes, medicines, shelter, and love and affection. If a child on the streets who has nothing is willing to share, why are we who have everything still so greedy? I can't stop thinking that these are children my own age, that it makes a tremendous difference where you are born, that I could be one of those children living in the favelas of Rio. I could be a child starving in Somalia, or a victim of war in the Middle East, or a beggar in India. I am only a child. Yet I know if all the money spent on war was spent on finding environmental answers, ending poverty, and in finding treaties, what a wonderful place this earth would be. At school, even in kindergarten, you teach us how to behave in the world. You teach us to not to fight with others, to work things out, to respect others, to clean up our mess, not to hurt other creatures, to share, not be greedy. Then why do you go out and do the things you tell us not to do? Do not forget why you are attending these conferences, who you're doing this for. We are your own children. You are deciding what kind of a world we are growing up in. Parents should be able to comfort their children by saying, everything's going to be all right. It's not the end of the world. We're here, and we're doing the best we can. But I don't think you can say that to us anymore. Are we even on your list of priorities? My dad always says, you are what you do, not what you say. Well, what you do makes me cry at night. You grown-ups say you love us, but I challenge you. Please make your actions reflect your words. Thank you. And that was the end of her little speech. I'm looking at the chat now to see if there's any questions before I go for the day. Hi, all you wonderful people. Miss Medlock, Diana, Serene's TBC Prayer Roar. Oh, that's right, Kia. Hi, Joe Stevens, thanks for coming. All you guys, thanks for coming and supporting me. supporting ourselves, and for all your positive posts. Okay, awesome. Okay, I am scheduled, same time, same place, same channel, tomorrow, Pacific Daylight Savings Time, 5 o'clock. And I might, what is tomorrow? Wednesday? I might end up with a doctor's appointment. So again, if I don't show up by 5 after 5, I'm probably not going to. Unless, I get here at 10 after or something, and I may start. But it just depends. It could also happen Thursday, or it could switch over. Either Wednesday, I won't have the doctor's appointment. Thursday, I will. Or Thursday, I'll have the doctor's appointment, and Wednesday, or Wednesday, I'll have the doctor's appointment. Thursday, I won't. But anyway, I do have a day here and there that I miss. But again, I try to be on every day because I have so much to say, so much to get across. I have so much passion for this mission that we're on. Why? Because I absolutely know we're going to achieve it. It doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. And we have tremendous things happening, especially with our new president and the patriots of this country. But we have patriots in every country in the world that are rising up and creating a change, a humongous change. This is a very exciting time, I always say, to be alive. Okay? So go down and find out about the Billion Coin. You can get on the main site, thebillioncoin.info, find out everything you want to know. You can look up our broadcasts, our 24/7 broadcasts. Find someone that may be doing a broadcast live at the moment that you're looking. And if you have time, you can get on there. And if you have a question, you can chat a question in. And, hopefully somebody will answer it for you right then and there. But you could always leave a comment on any live broadcast that's no longer live. It's sitting on our YouTube channels. Okay? But it doesn't take but a few minutes to find out about us and to go ahead and register and go through those 10 questions. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Nothing to lose but a few minutes of time. And you have everything, and I mean everything, to gain. So thank you all. I love you. Have a great day, night, wherever you are in the world today, right now, whenever you're watching this. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, if not Thursday, or vice versa. Okay, thanks, guys. Talk to you later.